Hey bro, where are you going? Subscribe now. Mirko versus Gionni. Finally, Doflamingo against Black Yellow. Always the same matchup, but Mirko and Gionni played really different. And I'm really curious about the game. If you wanna follow the NCL Italy, you can find the streams on Saturday and on Sunday on my Twitch channel. Finally, here we are, Mirko versus Gionni. Let's take a look at Mirko's deck list, which includes the countless one-off and the Gianni's do Flamingo deck. A fairly standard build with Jozu, but finally without Kaido, which would have been incredible against Black Yellow. Mirko starts with a Dawn and passes. Gionni plays Buggy and leaves the top card as Buggy says. Mirko's turn 6 to face. He should play the kid, but he does have a 1 in hand. Gionni draws. Reaches for Dawn. Plays a 7 phase leader effect and is thinking about it. He knows top card thanks to Buggy. And it's Jimbe, incredible. Jimbe low, bounce Jimbe back and bounce Buggy back. So he got again his resources and pass. Mirko's turn. He finally draws this kid. And he have 5 down in this moment. Let's see. He could play Luffy and pass. Now 5-2 leader. Gionni discard Jimbe. He could play Luffy and pass, but a big Jozu could punish him here. And Gionni have it in hand. In fact, 6 down. Gionni plays Jozu, bounce back low and bounce back again. Mirko has in this moment many cards in hand and is using an approach where he does discard as much, unlike Digle in the previous match. And he's setting up his graveyard. 5 to face. Let's see Gionni if discards or not. He discards low. Luffy again for Mirko plus small Sabo, and it's a really solid play, which makes really sense. Gionni now have 8 done. Already has a Jozu on the board and another Jozu in hand. You have to play a target. In fact, he plays Buggy, sees Jimbe, Sengoku and Boa. Let's see what he decides to put on top. It depends on whether he wants to use the leader effect or not this turn. It's not really necessary, so he leaves Sengoku. And played the Jozu, bounce back the Buggy and bounce back the Luffy again. Probably he's gonna play again Bug, in fact. And probably will put Sengoku at this point on top. So he have after the Sengoku the Jimbe, and if you want to use the leader ability, you have the Jimbe. Mirko's turn, he has 9 down in this moment, and he draws the Nami, which is very strong against Doffy. But Gionni has started very strong with double Jozu, which has really a key card against Black Yellow, like all knows. 5 to face for Mirko, Gionni discard at 2k. Here comes Akuza, draws Garp, and he might go for another 5 cost probably. So he's gonna play another Luffy Arged or Luffy Punch. It's not simple, but probably you go for Luffy Arged here, no? Yeah, in fact he played Luffy Arged. Gionni in this moment have 10 done. Imagine here, boys, Kaido. Kaido will be fucking insane in this moment. But Gionni don't play it, but Mirko don't know this. He starts with a 7 to face. We consider what you have to discard. But obviously a 2k and 1k, but you have to choose. He's discarding Flampe plus Eged. He stays at 3 life. For Dawn, low, bounce back Jozu and bounce back Kuzan. And play Jozu again, bounce back low at this point, and again he's continuing this incredible loop. It's not just low loop, but also Jozu and low. Crazy. Gionni is making incredible tempo plays in this moment against Black Yellow. Really hurting Mirko because he constantly developing the board and put a lot of cards in this moment in the end of Mirko. So pudding will be always dangerous. Meanwhile, Mirko has drawn 2 Garps and has 2 Morias in hand. He picks up a small Luffy, meaning his hand is looking good. He probably does want to see pudding against in this moment. Maybe he will play Gionni, probably. In fact, he plays it. Takes a life, puts or Luffy punch or Luffy get, but punch. Yeah, he chooses punch. Trash Luffy, play the punch. 7-2 leader. Will probably play Kuzan again with this 4 down and just pass. Yeah, he rested this 4 down. Put Gionni in the graveyard. Kuzan, draw Sabo. Okay. He put Gionni here because, yeah, it's a 0, but it's really good because next turn he can do Moria if you want. So Gionni draws the Jimbe. Mirko does know Gionni does run Kaido, which would have been really crazy last turn. Gionni starts again with a 7 to face with Jozu. Mirko is a 7 in this moment, so you have to discard just a card. He discards a Luffy. At this point, Jones need to take advantage of this situation and set up pudding as best as possible. I think best as possible. Jimbe might come here. Let's see. Yeah, in fact, the Jimbe low, bounce Jozu. Again. Once again. Crazy. Bounce back Little Sabo. Play again Jozu. Bounce back the Buggy and bounce back the Luffy Punch. The Jozu loop. Mirko draws what the fuck Amaru. Kind of crazy that included it in the like list. As we saw at the start of the video, he runs a lot of 1-off. But I don't know if it's the right choice. Let's see during this BO3. 5 to face, target Jozu. Gionni consider country and counters with Sengoku. Moria play, like we said before, with Gionni plus Little Luffy, and it's really strong in this moment. Again, just destroy him. He develops a Moria before facing Pudding, establishing a solid presence on board in this moment, because this Moria is really good. 7 attack, leaving Dawn open. At this point he might play something, small babies or not, or probably just pass. Gionni counters with 2k 1k, and small Sabo for Mirko. It's a good play, I think. Gionni plays low to bounce Sabo, and here comes the Pudding. Finally, but now in this moment Mirko needs only to draw another Moria, in my opinion. If he draws one, he likely wins on the spot. And he does. Crazy. The Mirko. He draws Moria again, plus Flampe, Gionni, and Makino. A great set of 2k counters. Mirko picks up small Luffy, have 10 down now. 9 to face with Gecko Moria. I think he will go for Moria again because he just need one activator in the graveyard, and he have the Flampe, if I don't see wrong. Okay, in fact he played Moria. Here come Flampe and Little Luffy probably. In fact, yes. Flampe draw the life, draw one card, and draws the third Moria. 2 down under the leader. Discard one card, put 2 life. Luffy brings back, Little Luffy brings back Luffy again. Now leader is a 7 and destroy the low. 9 to face. No trigger from Gionni. Mirko pass, but he's really in a solid spot. Probably he cannot lose, and in this situation usually it's impossible to close the game, but Gionni probably needs to try the lethal. In fact, he starts with 9 with Jozu. Mirko discards 2k 1k. He can go for Moria at this point. Gionni for try to survive, because if he destroys the Moria, he needs just to counter 1 attack next turn. In fact, he's gonna go for 13 on Moria. But Mirko has more than enough counters in this moment. But he's lucky because his last 2 cards are just brick. And Mirko wins game 1. Crazy. Sengoku arrives from Gionni sides in the game 2. Mirko plays a classic Dawn pass. He never open with a searcher. Sengoku picks Crocodile. Wando left. Buggy for Gionni. I saw a Weevil and a Mihawk. I think Mihawk will be placed on top, maybe leaving Weevil available to be brought in with the leader effects, no? Gionni pass. 3 Dawn for Mirko, 6 to leader. And finally the kid arrives. It's not fake like the game 1. It's a Gionni draws Weevil. Maybe because he does have a better piece to play. Let's see, but Lo arrives, bounces Sengoku and sends back Sabo in hand. 5 Dawn for Mirko, and we are back to the same situation. Let's say Jozu could punish. In fact, he starts the turn with a 5 face. And Gionni discards Sengoku. Here Jozu could really punish Mirko, but let's see if arrives. In this moment Gionni don't have it. Sabo comes and destroy Lo, and obviously he trashes the life for play it. Gionni doesn't have the jaw, so he plays Weevil, which he had placed on top early. Then plays Teach and Pass. That's still fine. He has built a solid board, but the key thing for Mirko is that his Sabo remains on the field. So here comes the spell. Since he's missing big Sabo, I think he will go for that if he found it. But he finds again and takes it. 5 face probably like before. 5 face like before. Gionni defends with the Mihawk. Fuzan for Mirko. And draws a second Moria. Really good. And Tudoni plays the Sabo, the little Sabo. Punic arrives for Gionni, a crucial card against Black Yellow. If you don't see it, it's really, really bad, so it's okay for Gionni now. In fact, Gionni bounces Kuzan back and restarts with this classic Doffy tempo plays. In the end, Tudon under leader, teach ability, plays Jimbe on top. Then 10 with the leader. Jimbe plays low probably, in fact, yeah, he plays low. And I think here he will bounce Buggy in this moment, no? In fact, he bounces Buggy and Little Sabo, 10 to leader. Takes too many cards from the Mirko side, and he only has 2k in hand. So probably he needs to take it. Yeah, in fact, he takes it. He pulls Nightmare Luffy. Okay. Cordon for Mirko, Kuzan. Draws Garp. He plays Garp. And let's see what he takes. He takes small Luffy, okay. And Yori takes the life. And he will put Luffy on top. Little Luffy, Luffy effect. Leader become a 7, Luffy get on board. 6 on Jimbe, and Jimbe will die. At this point I think it's fine to leave low on board. I don't think you want to go for low. I think Teach or Weevil are really better. In fact, he goes for Teach, and I agree with that because probably it's the best target. 7 leader to Gionni. Gionni takes it and Mirko pass. Gionni is a tendon. The lack of just this game has made things much better for Mirko. I actually thought he would lose the first one at a certain point, but Mori is just too strong. But finally Jozo arrives, bouncing, and here comes Pudding, again the MVP. That is extremely powerful, remove Infinity Morias from Mirko's end. But Mirko draws another one. As we can see, his end has no activators, boys, so he cannot awaken. I don't know how he can remove that life. on Sabo probably has to go. No activators for him, even in the graveyard. Otherwise, he could have done. He could have just played the Moria, but he played the Kuzan. He drew Amaru. Unfortunately, he pulled the Soldier. That's the downside of playing so many one-off, in my opinion. Yes, they are situational, but in a spot where you need an Awakener, you have made room for this card that might be useless in many situations. Gionni draws Jimbe and starts with a 7 leader attack. Mirko has to take, yeah. It seems he cannot activate like before. And now Gionni must take advantage of the fact that Mirko is left with only a 5 leader base and a single blocker on the field. After the 7 is taken, he goes win with a strong 9. And for Mirko to cannot block this 9, you have to discard 4 cards for defend this 9, which means the game is over at this point. We are probably going to 1-1. 7 with pudding, yes, and it's GG. Gionni wins game 2. We are gonna see a game 3, boys, but this time we finally see Mirko going second. Gionni made a good pass, Mirko played 2 down Luffy. Now it's Gionni's turn again. Sengoku searches one more. Big Stitch, and will probably play him at this point. It's a big play because Andy has double Moria, double Yori, and Sabo, so it's quite strong if Pudding does come into play. Let's see. Gionni has 2 7-cost spells which are extremely strong against Black Yellow. Visit Pudding, no Jozu, but Jinbei is there and he's still very strong. 5 down from Gionni. He could go for Jimbelo. Yeah, Jimbelo bounce back the little Luffy. And the teach ability attack and bounce back the last little guy. The perfect tempo play has just been made. Mirko draws Nami for the turn. So far we haven't seen this Nami from Mirko, and I want to think that both Gionni and Mirko played very, very differently compared to Nina and Diklev, who were using the same decks. This matchup analysis is really good. Gianni's approach to Black Yellow is looping plays from game 1 and even game 2, where he bounced low, played Jozu and reached the full down to play a massive pudding. Is incredibly strong. Jozu arrives in this moment. Low bounce and this tempo plays continue. Crazy. Mirko has way too many cards in hand, and I think he's forced to discard something here. I don't think he can keep all these cards in hand. Pudding will be really too strong next turn. He still has double more in hand, which I believe he should protect. So he discards Yori and Kid, set up his graveyard at this moment to play Moria at this point. And here it is. By placing Moria on the field, he's pushing forward in the match. Because you put the Moria and you are really good. Yori arrives, takes Luffy again and puts it on top. I think, no? There's nothing else he can place. He trashes Luffy and brings Luffy again. Will he break Teach like before? I think, no? It makes sense. Teach is too strong and boosts too much attack from Gionni's side. 7 face. Gionni defend with 2k 1k. Gionni has Pudding and double 7 cost spell. He could drop Pudding probably because he played for it. Let's see. Yeah. He brings in like 8 or 9 cards from Mirko's side, and this is an insane Pudding, in my opinion. Now Mirko is in the same spots. Needs to another Moria. But it does come. No. This time is not as lucky as game 1, where Moria arrived after the Pudding. Here he does find it, making this game really, really hard. Gionni still has for life. Plays Moria, which will recycle strong cards. And he takes back Crocodile 2k. Mirko draws Kuzan, but there is nothing he can do with it, in my opinion. Mondo for Mirko, Garp arrives, but I think this is a mistake. We are in the same situation as before. These two life are really useless in my opinion, and you need to find something for Awaken. So personally, I would have started with Flambe, since it's a random play that could have drawn Yori from life for a big piece. And he could have played Garp, drawn another big piece, played Yori, and been in a great spot. I don't like it. Now he can't get closer to closing the game, in my opinion, unless this Flambe draws something insane. So yeah. He drew Moria, he drew Sabo from life, but it's not enough. Lucky for Mirko, he don't have enough Dawn for Awaken. If he had found another Awakener, he might have won, as second Moria had arrived with the Flampe. I really didn't like this decision. Let me know in chat, would you have started with Garp or Flampe? I want to know. Personally, I would have chosen Flampe. Mirko goes for 9. Mirko plays Sabo to try and survive, but he only has a 1k count, a lot of 1k counter in hand, plus Moria, so survive is really, really difficult. And Mirko passes with 3 don't open. Gionni isn't in the exact same situation as before, but closing out this game is too simple. He has to calculate really careful, but he have 3 lives, so it's safe. Starting with a 7 attack is never a bad idea because it gives him a lot of information. The fact that Mirko didn't awaken anyways means he probably does have a 2k in hand, unless he drew the Yori from Sabo because he cannot play it anymore. But if it were Flampe, he probably would have just awakened. So, no. A discard happens on the 7 attack, 7 cost spell, it's Garp and Sabo. Now Gionni has a 5, 5, 6 and 6, which is basically enough. Another 5 from Gionni. Mirko is looking at this graveyard, but he already know if it is impossible. He discards 6 and 6 and GG. Gionni is the winner of this match. He started 0-1 because I think after that pudding, Mirko needs only to draw another Moria, and he drew it. In fact, he won. I personally don't agree with the last decision of Garp and Flampe. Probably in that spot I will play Flampe because it's really random what I can draw from life and on top deck. And with Garp you can get other pieces if you need it after you know the random thing, no? So let me know in the chat what do you think. Let me know what do you think about the NCL, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.